Okay, we're in Jeremiah, the 7th chapter, and we'll start at verse 25. Jeremiah 7 and 25. See, when you look at the customs that we're looking at now, the things that we're doing, we got to really examine ourselves to see if we're doing what's righteous in the eyes of the Most High. It says, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, was all 12 tribes went into the land of Israel, Egypt in captivity. We were in captivity already, coming out of captivity, but we ruled Egypt. That's another story though. Unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. Wow. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Most High their power, nor receiveth correction. It's real truth. Truth is perished. The Most High, the truth is the Most High's laws. Is perished and is cut off from their mouth. See? Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation, crying on high places. This is be at a low state. For the Most High have rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, said the Most High. They have set their abomination in the house which is called by my name, to pollute it on our own, man. Dang. It's cold. This is what we done. And to this day, people are doing things that are not our custom. That's why he said, Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Talking to the women of Israel. For the Most High have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Wow. That's a new thing in the earth that I've seen in my day and time. A woman shall compass a man. When the men was always, you look at any old movies and so forth, you see the women were in order. Wearing dresses, had their hair covered, in order with the man. But now, Most High created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. That's a new thing in the earth. And that's where women live came in. Don't worry about it. Everybody's equal. That don't mean you're supposed to be a brute to your woman. You got to show love. It's about love. But Most High said, let everything be decent and in order. He have order. That's why I go to 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, verse 1 to 3 says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Mashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances, that's the orders, as I delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. But see, everything out of order right now, so that's why he say the Most High created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. What's that? Women's live. But virtuous women, they're not with all that. Look at man, I have so many. I guess somebody continue this. Let's look at Go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus 1, the first chapter. I'll use this one. So like I have to change Bibles, so y'all bear with me. Some don't have the pages that I need, or it's all messed up. Go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, the first chapter, 26, and we're going to read the verse 30. So it says, Ecclesiasticus 1 and 26, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Most High shall give her unto thee. That's wisdom, proper application of knowledge. For the fear of the Most High is wisdom. For the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction. You got to be instructed. If you claim you have the fear of the Most High, and faith and meekness are his delight. Faith and meekness, that's humility. And faith, believing in him. And meekness, having humility, are his delight. Distrust not the fear of the Most High when thou art poor. Don't, distrust the Most High when you poor. And come not unto him with a double heart. Don't come to him with a double heart. You can't come to him with no double mind. Go to James. Look at James. Tell you. Hold that. I'm going to come back there because I'm going to leave it to the end. Go to the books of James. James, the first chapter. We're going to book it at verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, which is the proper application of knowledge, how to apply this knowledge into your life, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Ask of the Most High. You want wisdom? Ask of the Most High. But let him ask in faith, believing in the Most High. Nothing waver. You can't be wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea. A wave of the sea. Driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Most High. This is what it says. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. See? So going back to, you see how it all goes together. He's saying in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, the 28th verse, distrust not the fear of the Most High when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart. Don't come to him, wavering, with a waver type mind. You don't come to him like that. Be not an hypocrite.
As joined.
Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men. Because you could be a hypocrite, you're supposed to be an Israelite, and our custom says this, and then you do something outside of the custom that we actually, most I said we're supposed to be following, coming back to him. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men. You're saying one thing and you're doing another thing. That's like if I'm saying, I'm not supposed to eat pork, but then you'll catch me eating pork. Shrimp, crab, lobster, everything they eat doo-doo. Anything they eat doo-doo. So right now it's kind of hard because they don't have to even say they got it in there. Because of us, the children of Israel. Remember we read in Ezekiel where does heathen know that we went into captivity for our wickedness? We're breaking the Most High's laws. Would you think they're going to teach you the right way? No. They think that's going to maintain their salvation that they have already. Verse 29 says, be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Pay attention to what you say. Exalt not thyself. There go that pride. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall. Hear that? You want to be prideful? Pride is hateful before man and the Most High, a real man that's in the spirit of the Most High. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall. and bring dishonor upon thy soul. You hear that? You want to be conceited? You want to be prideful? Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Most High, but thy heart, which is your mind, is full of deceit, lies. Ain't no lie going to the kingdom. Understand and overstand this. So, look at James 2:19. Thou believest that there is one power? You believe that the Most High is one? Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. You hear that? Say the devils believe it also and they tremble before the Most High. You better understand. Look, speaking of that, let's go to 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 18. 2 Chronicles 18 and 18. 2 Chronicles 18 and 18. Again, he said, so we dealing with the Most High, is this your God? Again, he said, therefore hear the word of the Most High. I saw the Most High sitting upon his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left hand. Standing on his right hand and on his left, right? So the Most High got a right hand, he got a left hand, just like we do. And the Most High said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall, that means die, at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake after this manner, and another spake saying after that matter. So all the angels come before the Most High, on the right hand side and the left hand side, one saying this and another saying that. Then there came out a spirit, which is an angel. When you read Psalms 104 and 4, he makes his angel spirits. His ministers of flaming fire. They bring the word of the Most High. Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Most High, an angel or spirit, either or, same entity, stood before the Most High and said, I will entice him. I'm going to entice him. And the Most High said unto him, wherewith? How you going to do it? What's your plan? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Most High said, thou shalt entice him. That's going to work. That's a good idea. Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. So to go out and do even so. Now therefore, behold, the Most High hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Most High has spoken evil against thee. Why? Because, let's understand this. Evil comes when you're doing something or have done something that's evil. You draw evil to you. It could be your messed up attitude, or something that you said, something that you've done. You draw evil to you. Therefore, see, he want to kill King Ahab because he ain't right. That's why a perfect example how the Most High used a lying spirit to go down and get in the minds of all his prophets. One spirit. To get in the minds of all his prophets, to lie to them, to go tell King Ahab to go up to Ramoth Gilead, and he's going to win the war. When he's going to kill him. That's who we serve, y'all. Is that your power? 2 Samuel 24 and 1. Is this your God? 2 Samuel. Since y'all call him God. 2 Samuel 24 and 1. Look. Second Samuel 24 and 1. And again, the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel, anger of the Most High is kindled against we, the children of Israel. And he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. Go number, because all 12 tribes was under the rulership of King David. He moved David, the anger of the Most High is against us, the children of Israel. And he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah, right? Which was against the law to censor. But we were so wicked, the Most High said, hey, go number Israel and Judah. The northern tribes and the southern tribes. That's what he's saying. So let's go look at how he did it. Since we want to be wicked, so here it is. First Chronicles 21 and 1. First Chronicles 21 and 1. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. See? Satan, he used Satan. Why? Because we were evil. When you're evil, you draw evil to you. Because the Most High is righteous in everything that he do. He's not evil. He created evil. He told us, don't eat of the what? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Just eat of the righteousness. Just deal with this tree of life and live forever and ever and ever. No, we chose death over life. We made a covenant with death. We believe the first lie that the serpent said. You will not surely die. You will be as gods, knowing good and evil. That sounds good to him. Power. That's why you gotta understand. Most I say, you putting a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. That's going all the way back to the beginning, where Eve was offered that, and she went for it. Look, hey, I got something for you. Take this. You can be just like the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua and all the angels on right and left side. You gonna be all that. You ain't gonna die. She went for it. And Adam, they say Adam was food, but he still went for it, regardless. The Most High told him, don't eat of it. So ain't no excuse for either one of them. But you see how the Most High used Satan to stand up to number Israel? This is how things work. That's why so many case scenarios that we're looking at, because you know, David, he had transgressed also in sleeping with Bathsheba. He went on the rooftop and seen her, and he desired her. It was Uriah's wife, one of his soldiers. And he went into her. She got pregnant. Then he had, when Uriah came back from the war, he said, hey, he told him to go home to her. He went home to her. He probably been gone all that time. He knew he's probably going to lay with her. And what he's saying then? Oh, that's his baby. But he didn't go. So David had to put on the front line, had the Ammonites kill him. Then he came and married her. First baby the Most High killed. The next baby is King Solomon. That's why the Most High ways and toss and all our ways and toss on. It's not our ways. Exodus 3:15. Exodus 3:15. You know, I'm going because I know that our attention span is about 45 minutes, whatever, hour, whatever. But I noticed that people, they just look at one video, and one video will be good enough. That's all they want. And the Most High said moreover unto Moses, Exodus 3:15. But I appreciate y'all being here. And the Most High said, moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob have sent me unto you. This is my name forever. And this is my memorial unto all generations. So he said, go and gather the elders of Israel together and say unto them, this is what he said, the Most High Yahweh, power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, of Isaac, and power of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. Say, by these heathens. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. And once we got into that land, what did he tell us? Go to Deuteronomy 7th chapter. That's the land of Israel, the land of Canaan. They was in this fertile crescent. So Deuteronomy 7th chapter, first verse. When the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, coming out of Egyptian captivity, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, these so-called Africans, Hamites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. See, these nations were greater and mightier than us. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, kill them, and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant, no contract, no agreements with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them, interracial marriages. He's saying, don't do it. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. Because all the gods of the nations are idols. They're doing idolatry. Psalms 96 and 5. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So, looking at today, it's like they following the way of the world. You can do whatever you want to do. Get with whoever you want to get with. Most High not with that. Look. Let me prove that. Y'all believe in Mashiach coming back to judge and make war? Go to Matthew, the 25th chapter. Let's find out. Matthew 20, if he's with it. Is he with it? Because y'all run to him, say, oh, we can do whatever we want to do because he's all love, right? Let's find out. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man, who is a Mashiach Yahushua, shall come in his glory, we read about he coming in his glory in Revelation 19:11. The judge and make war. And all the holy angels with him, 200 million angels come with him, Revelation 9:16. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations. You hear that? And before him shall be gathered all nations. And he shall separate them one from another. Hear that? He gonna separate all these nations, and we supposed to be one great melting pot, but he gonna separate all the nations one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Hear that? He gonna set the sheep, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, which he said in Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he gonna set the sheep on the right hand. You want more proof? Go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50:6. We're going to jump up to verse 17. My people have been lost sheep. See that? My people, the Most High's people, have been lost sheep. Who is this? Verse 17. Jeremiah 50:17. Israel is a scattered sheep. See? So Israelites are the sheep. You're going to set the Israelites on his right hand and the goats on the left. So the goats are, look at Daniel's 8:21. That's why it's a mindset too. Not just the people themselves, but the mindset. It says, Daniel's 8:21, and the rough goat, you put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia. That's why I say, if you don't understand prophecy that Daniel bringing forth, this is where this goes in between Malachi and Matthew, I was telling you. Here it is right here. And it tell you, look at the verse 20. It say, and the ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia. You got to know history. So when you know that the Persian and the Mede Empire was before the Greek Empire, that's why it's saying now that, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia, the Greek. When you read in 1 Maccabees 1:1, makes it clear. Alexander the Greek, the first over the kingdom of the Greeks, so-called white men, Caucasians. And the great horn that's between his eyes is the first king, who is Alexander the Greek. They didn't know about that. Y'all know about him. Y'all went to school. Y'all learned his story. You learn about him. So now, I just went here to show you that you're going to put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left, right? So it's not just them, per se. It's that mindset of what they have, everybody, in bringing forth their gross darkness of the people, gross ignorance of the people, that they following the way of the world. That's set up to send them straight to hell. Look. Edom. Oh, I ain't got to go. I got it. That's from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Edom, Edomites. It says the nation, it says, wait a minute, Edom, Edomites, Edom, red, okay? Red people. It's saying the nation, this is from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It said the nation and its people who were the descendants of Esau. He found the country, so his name is equated with Edom. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. See notably, they give scriptures to go by. See notably Isaiah 34:5 and 6 and Isaiah 63:1 down. You can read that for yourself. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. They know this. They know this. It's in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. They're the only neighbor of the Israelites who's not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. So it's a mindset. That's why when you read Revelation 18:4, it say, come out of her, my people, that mindset, and be ye separate in knowing this truth and living as an Israelite every day. Because every day, everything we do is going into the books. Will you Israelite this day? No, like you, all of a sudden you're going to become a Israelite on the Sabbath? No, every day we're Israelite. That's why I said, myself, look, we here because y'all think, okay, you can be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do. He said he's going to separate. He's going to separate them one from another as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say to them on his right hand, who are the children of Israel, the 1/3, mind you, the remnant, the ransom, the redeemed, the elect, the election, and more, sanctified, glorified, come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world, right? The Most High has prepared the kingdom, look, for us from the foundation of the world. That's why go to Second Esdras. So we don't know this because we have not been taught this Bible correctly. Look, Second Esdras 7 and verse 11. No, let's read verse 10. And I said, it is so, Most High. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, the Israelites' portion, because for their sakes I made the world. Hear that? For our sakes as the Israelites, he made this world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, I've been talking about it, then was the decreed that now was done. When Adam did what he did, then we all died. Then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, dangers, and very painful. For the interests of the elder world, before he transgressed, were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. Like I say, you eat of the tree of life, we could have lived forever. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. For therefore, why quietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is come, rather than that which is present? Then you know the things that's going to come. When you start giving Ezra all these prophecies that's going to come, man, he was like, woe is me, who will deliver me in this day? Got scared, boy. For real. So going back to Mashiach Yahushua and this kingdoms that we in now. Matthew 25 and 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, Hamashiach Yahushua, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee? You know, they said he was a gluttonous. The wine bibber. He was eating. He said, that's what they say. I can see what they said it. When saw we thee hungered and fed thee, gave you something to eat? Or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in? Or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we you sick or in prison and came unto thee? Listen to what he said. The king shall answer and say unto them, check this out, Yasharala. Verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye have done it unto one of these, the least of these, my brethren, his brethren. As he tells you in Hebrews 7:14, it is evident that our power sprang out of the tribe of Judah, Jacob's fourthborn son. His brethren, the Israelites, ye have done it unto me. See? So you've done it unto me. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, who are the goats, who have the mindset of the goats, not only the goats, but the mindset of the goats. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick, and in prison, and you visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Master, when saw we thee hungry, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, truly I say unto you, insomuch as ye did it not to one of these, the least of these, ye did it not to me. And it's talking about the least of these, his brethren. He already told you that, the children of Israel. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So we can separate all the nations. We can put the Israelites here, the Hamites here, the Moabites here, the Ammonites here, the Elamites here, the Ishmaelites here, the Edomites there. You're going to separate all the nations. You ain't with no integration. See, this world, that's why I say the world is all twisted. And you want to have it your way, but it's not your way. It's not going to be your way. Think of it however you want to. When that wrath of the Most High come, look, one scripture, 1 Ezra 9 and 7. So Ezra arose up and said unto them, since they had married all these other nations, ye have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives, thereby to increase the sins of Israel. What did they do? Verse 20, and they gave their hands to put away their wives, and to offer rams to make a reconciliation for their errors in marrying these strange women. What did they do? Verse 36. All these had taken strange wives, and they put them away with their children. That's what they did. They put them away with their children. They transgressed the laws of the Most High. Because he told us he said, don't marry these other nations. Go back to Deuteronomy 7. He said, don't marry these other nations. Is this your God? Or do your God say you can marry whoever you want to marry and it's okay? He said, look, Deuteronomy 7 and 3. He said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shalt thou deal with them. You shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power have chosen thee, Yasharallah, to be a special people unto himself. How special? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. But see, we know in this. That's why we have examples in this Bible to keep us on the right track. But if you want to go on the wrong track, it's easy. It's easy to sin. Somebody come in your ear and have you doing all kind of madness. But look, if we do what the Most High say, dude, we'll be all right. Look at King Solomon. 1 Kings 11 and 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women. You call them strange. Together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Africans, Chinese, Ammonites, Japanese, Edomites, Caucasians, Zidonians, and Hittites. Remember those Zidonians and Hittites and Egyptians, all of them was included in the Hamites that he said don't deal with. Other nations concerning which the Most High said unto thee, to the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them. We just read it in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and Ezra brought it forth. For surely they will turn away your heart or your mind after their gods. Remember, I gotta say it over and over again. Psalm 96 and 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols. They're going to turn away your mind after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. He loved them. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. Hear that? His wives, what wives? Verse 1, but King Solomon loved many strange women. These women of these other nations. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, as the Most High said they would do. The Most High said his word do not go out void. You better hear what he's saying. It came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart, turned away his mind after other gods. And his heart, his mind was not perfect with the Most High his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, Salaki Mosai, Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High. See? The Most High is righteous, but Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High. And went not fully after the Most High, as did David his father. King David was his father. Remember I told you, Solomon came from Bathsheba, who was Uriah's wife. When the Most High, she got pregnant, when after David had Uriah killed, murdered, then she had the first baby, the Most High killed that baby. Put him to death. So the next baby was King Solomon. Listen, and Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High, and went not fully after the Most High, and did as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Shamash, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, these wives of another nation. outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Most High was angry with Solomon, because his heart, his mind, was turned from the Most High power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. Appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, idols. But he kept not that which the Most High commanded. Wherefore the Most High said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. He gave it to his son, Rehoboam. But he split, this is when the kingdom was split, after Solomon died. Jeroboam and Ephraimite had the northern kingdom, and Rehoboam, Solomon's son, had the southern kingdom. Notwithstanding, in thy days, in your days, Solomon, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. Hear that? I'm going to take it out of the hand of thy son. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake. Not for Solomon's sake, but for David his servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. Most I stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass, when David was in Edom, and Joab the captain of the host was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom, 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom. That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child. Remember, and he arose out of Midian and came to Paran, and they took men from them out of Paran, and they came to Egypt under Pharaoh, king of Egypt, which gave him a house, and appointed him victuals, food, and gave him land. Okay, that's all I want to deal with that. But the Most High split the kingdom. It was one nation until that point of what King Solomon done. And then the Most High split the kingdom, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. So look at Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So he's showing his word and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. He didn't show them his statutes and judgments, no other nation. That's why all the gods of the nations are idols, because he not dealing with them. He said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. See? They have not known the judgments of the Most High. That's why you look at First Thessalonians, the 1st chapter, and the 6th verse. But they're going to know the judgment of the Most High, because who published the Bibles? Who published the Bibles that you have, if I might ask? So they have the Bibles, and they have this word that is coming out in abundance for those that have ears to hear. They want to know more, they can ask and receive it. 2 Thessalonians, 1st chapter, and verse 6. Sin is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. It's a righteous thing with the Most High, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And to you who are troubled, you that are troubled, rest with us when the Mashiach Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High. And remember, we read in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, when salvation is coming, this is when he's coming, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High. And they told you in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, so we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. We have gone through desert where there lay no way. As for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. In Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that obey not the gospel of our power, our master, or Mashiach Yahushua, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of a Mashiach Yahushua and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. That's why Hebrews 10 and 30. Hebrews the 10th chapter, 30th verse. For we know him that have said, we know him that have said, do you know him? Is this your God? For we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense unto me. He said, I will recompense, said the Most High. And again, the Most High shall judge his people. He said, it's a fearful thing, fall into the hands of the living power. That's why I say, we've been judged. We've been judged. It's a living thing. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power as we living. We being living things. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. But call to remembrance, call to your mind the former days in which, after you were illuminated, you endured a great fight of afflictions. That's why you're going to be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction. You come in this ain't no easy task. He said, you're going to try you. As gold is tried, as silver is tried, in the furnace of affliction. Remember he said, in their affliction they shall seek me early. You got to go through something. But call to remembrance, all of us that's been in this, the former days in which after you were illuminated. How you be illuminated? Go into the Apocrypha, if we can, and get Baruch, the 4th chapter, verse 1. After you were illuminated. How you going to be illuminated? Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law of the Most High that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. All that keep the laws of the Most High will come to everlasting life. But such as leave it shall die. This is what it says. Turn thee, O Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. And take hold of it. Israelites, Yasharallah. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. That's how you're going to be illuminated. Walking in the light, which is the law, when you read Proverbs 6:23, that you may be illuminated. That's why it's telling us. Hebrews 10:32. But call to remembrance the former days, in which, after ye were illuminated, you started following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, you endured a great fight of afflictions. That's why he said, Isaiah 48:10. Hold that. Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, he said, you're going to do this. Even for mine own sake will I do it. For how should my name, which is his name is in our name, Yashar Allah, be polluted? and I will not give my glory unto another. See, here it is. He said, how should this name be polluted? But we didn't follow what he said do. So here we are in a polluted state of mind. Stop saying brainwashed, because you're not brainwashed. You wash something, you clean it. What you're doing is following the way of the heathen, whether you want to accept it or not. Anytime you sin, you follow the way of the heathen. Other nations. Remember, all the gods of the nations are idols. That's it.